So much. I think sometimes when you try to go back there, they still had that big lineup in. They still had a bigger off guard in the game. So it's going to be difficult to try and get that. They're going to try to post up right away. And as we try to keep from getting having multiple post ups, pick and rolls, and all the rotations you have to get into, if you can limit yourself with those opportunities. But we got. The run was not so much on offense for us. The run was on our defense. That's what happened. With them making plays. Shannon Brown got hot. Got hot and started making some shots. And we just didn't find the fire after that.
You talk about what Jimmer gave you tonight.
I thought having a chance to play on the floor, pretty much as an off guard for the most part, and was able to make plays. Turned down a lot of good looks that he got to start shooting those. But I thought he was a little bit aggressive. I thought he made the right plays. I thought he fought defensively. I thought he did a great job. Under the circumstances, I think maybe find a nice little niche. Getting ready to just come in and be a nice scorer. I thought he did a great job with that tonight.
Teams always make runs, but you talked about the fact that you couldn't stop them. Were they doing anything differently in that stretch?
No, I think we did a great job in the first half of contesting all their shots, making them have to scramble a little bit on our coverage. That's why I said some of our coverage broke down on coverage because maybe you were fatigued, not showing. It was everyone who came to the game. It wasn't just the starting group. It was everyone. Even when I went to the bench, we still had some of the breakdowns. They ended up getting a lot of paint plays because of the role of Gortat to the basket. He will make you look for it. And then, of course, they started a throwback pass to Dudley, rolling up, and he's hitting his three. So that young man is a pro all the way through. So as we move into the second half, they started all the shots they kind of missed because we had pressure on them. They got them because we didn't have enough pressure on them in the second half. And then we had some critical turnovers at critical junctions of the game. A fast break, open transition three, and you have an advantage, and you pull up and you don't make that shot. That shot has to go down. If not, they're going to run back the other way. And so we missed up on one of those, probably down, I think it was down 3 at that time. We get to the basket, maybe you get a foul, maybe you get the layup. But you don't get that break or run. Your team's going to make runs. It's going to have ebbs and flows in the course of a basketball game. But the way it kind of all collapsed on us was really disheartening because I thought the guys did a great job. The approach, the shoot-around approach this morning, what we need to do quarter by quarter, and we just couldn't manufacture that in the last 2 quarters. We had some shots close to the basket that we just couldn't connect on.
About DeMarcus's night, he hit the foul trouble, and then it seemed like he struggled with the length of Gortat and Jermaine down the paint.
Yeah. You just got to think when you're playing with length and guys who are long and semi-athletic, you just got to find out avenues how to be crafty. The guards have to do a better job of understanding the matchup that night. Is it a scoring matchup that your big guy may have, JT or DeMarcus? If not, maybe it's a pick and roll to get his guy on the move. And that's what a guard play got to be a little bit smarter with that to understand where the game is tonight. Is it a post-up situation where we can go to? Or is it a situation where we have to get our big guy on the move? And now you put pressure on that center who's guarding him, and now maybe you walk in for a layup or for a throwback pass to a guy who can make some outside shots.
And you mentioned Jimmer playing a lot of the two. Yeah. Getting Marcus back next game, how do you integrate that shooting that he brings you? Yeah. And he essentially was playing Marcus's role tonight.
Yeah, he was definitely playing Marcus's role, and I think Isaiah's a tough little guy, big man for the most part. So he can guard some of the guys who are strong at posting up. He doesn't get posted up that much. Teams try, but their percentage rate is not that high against him. And then Jimmer can kind of flow on the outside a little bit. But Marcus is coming back. We got to get him in shape and be able to play some games. But Jimmer got to stay in the groove that he's in right now, coming off the bench, be aggressive. The players look for him. I think they found him a lot, but they also missed him a lot. When you got a good shooter on the floor, you got to do all you can to make sure that guy at least touch the ball to be able to make a play.
Are there certain groups that you want to play him with? I know you mentioned about them going big and not getting him back in the third quarter earlier. Is that part of it?
Yeah, I think having James Johnson, when he was on the floor with him, he was able to take over the post-up player that they might try to post up. Early in the game, we were able to put him on someone else. Shannon Brown is pretty crafty around the basket. He got some nice stuff, and he's athletic down there. But James Johnson can kind of play off of that. In weak side, he's able to come over to help on anything that they may try to do. But this game is still, no matter how you look at it, going to come down to pick and rolls, isolation, post-up matchups. And you got to be able to have players on the floor at all times to be able to keep you where you don't have to get into rotations. But I thought overall Jimmer did a great job on the floor. I think he had some times where he had to battle down there on the post, and I thought he did a good job.
That's it.